Okay, this is just a quick look at the open beta of Hapara's new workspace. So this is an add-on for Teacher Dashboard that's bundled with it now, and I'll just take you through what I found out about it so far. So on one side of the screen I've got myself logged into Teacher Dashboard, and on the other side of the screen logged on as a test student via the URL mystudentdashboard.com is a test student who happens to be a member of one of my classes. So the class that I've set up with this test student in so I can demonstrate a few features of Workspace is this one, this Year 13 chemistry class. It doesn't have any real students in yet. It won't have until September, until they're actually enrolled. So I click on to that class. So this is just the standard Teacher Dashboard thing. You can see test student is there, and they've got one document in their chemistry folder at the moment. But what's new is that you've got this Workspace tab up there. So if I go and click on that, it opens up a new tab, and it pops up with a thing saying, do you want to watch a video of what Workspace is all about? So we'll just close that, and you can see that I've set up one workspace which is currently live called Individual Investigation. So Workspace is a bit like an assignment where you can put lots of resources into it, although you could have multiple parts to an assignment or a course. I'm kind of finding my way around it at the moment. If I click on Unpublished here, actually all workspaces, this is looking at ones which are associated with this class here, Year 13. If I was to click on my tutor group, that one, there's another workspace associated with that, which is about creating the university applications. That's got real people on it, so I'm not going to open up that one. So we've got this workspace here. You can create a workspace by just clicking on New Workspace, and then you can give it a title. You can associate it with a particular class, give some details in there, and click on Create. What I'll show you is this one that I've actually created. It's a couple of clicks to create them. It's pretty straightforward. So if I click on this one called Individual Investigation, you'll see that a workspace is broken down into these 4 areas. So goals, so you can set targets, goals, things that students have to do or try to achieve or whatever. You can add resources. So I've added some resources here, so general guides. I can edit that by just clicking on this little thing here. Click on Edit. I can add documents from my drive or links to other stuff. One of the things that you can do in Workspace is split a particular workspace up into lots of different groups and put different students into different groups and give different groups within that different resources. So I could add additional groups if I wanted to. I've only got one group here at the moment, but if I go to groups, you can see that I can add another group and they get different colors. So I could call this some more Year 13 chemists and save that. Okay, so that's got a light blue color now. Don't think you can edit the color that the groups have, or maybe you can. Oh no, you can just edit the name. And then if you want to put students into that group, you just expand your class and drag the students into there. Just remember that this is based on Teacher Dashboard, so all the students are automatically populated in the back end by whoever's managing Teacher Dashboard. So your students will always be there, and one would hope up to date, but you can add additional people to classes if you want to, but that's going into Teacher Dashboard. Okay, if I go back to Workspace, so you can see now I've got 2 colors here, and if I click on there and click on Edit, you can share that particular resource with different groups. So you can turn a group on and off. So I didn't want it with more chemists. I just pick that one, and that's deselected that light blue group now. So I can click on share. So it's only shared with the purple group, and you can see which group it's shared with very clearly through this coloured bar at the top. So resources are things that a student might want to use. Rubrics are marking schemes or a set of criterias, so you can add those. And add evidence are setting template documents that they're going to use to create their work. It's very like what you might do in Teacher Dashboard. So if I look, not Teacher Dashboard, in Classroom, so if I look at this one here, individual investigation plan, and I go to edit that, I've already started that one. I need to add another one. So I'll click on add evidence, more info needed, just make something up. And you can see I can share something with the group, and I can pick a document or documents that the student will get as part of that assignment, either as a collaborative thing or per group, a bit like you'd get in Classroom. And you can set a start date and an end date. I'm not going to keep that, I don't want that. And that's what it looks like as a particular workspace. From the point of view of a student, when they log into Workspace, so I've pushed this as a bookmark to all our students on Chrome OS and Windows devices. So the students got this thing, this workbook, that workspace that appears, individual investigation. So I click on that, and what the student sees is something that's very similar to what the teacher sees, except they can't add goals and they can't add rubrics, but they can add resources, which then the teacher can edit. So if a student finds something useful, they could share it with the whole group and put it in there. And in terms of the add evidence bit, you'll see that this is the same as this here. This one hasn't shown up because the start date isn't yet. The start date for that I've set, this is what I'm actually going to use, until November, so it won't show up here for the student until November. So you can put in a load of assignments and things as part of this workspace. You could perhaps build an entire course in one workspace, I guess, with a sequence of assignments which just dynamically appear as the student gets to that particular date. So what this does is create a student copy of that document, and if I click on it, you see individual investigation, which is the document. I can submit it, or I can just click on it and open it up. There's nothing in it at the moment. I think the student name is meant to appear at the end there on the document, but it doesn't appear to be doing that at the moment. And then I can submit it. So I could submit that particular piece of work. And from the point of view of the teacher, you can click on activity over here, and you can see the evidence. The individual investigation plan was started 31 minutes ago, and it's been submitted now, and it was submitted a few seconds ago, and you can see that the piece of work is there. So I can select that piece of work and click on open it to look at it. But I can click on it and open it and do comments and stuff like that anytime. So in many respects it works a bit like Google Classroom, but what I think it allows you to do, and I'm still starting to get my head around it, you can create a workspace, and one workspace could have the assignments for an entire year or an entire course in it. So you could have a workspace which for me would be A-level chemistry, and would have assignments in that they do as they go along. And just thinking about it, we've got to do that with year 12 and a series of practicals. I could put all the documents on here, set deadline dates, and they just appear for the students when they need them, and they just kind of get on with it once I've just put on all the different bits of evidence. So I think it's got some real potential, but that's just a brief look at it from the teacher point of view and the student point of view.